In this edition of reShape 333, I want to define your today with 5 words. And I want to give to you 4 things that will hopefully make today better. And I want to do it in the next 333 seconds. So let's get at it. Let me define today for a lot of pastors and church leaders, and I can do it in 5 words. Now is the hardest time. The beginning of the pandemic was exhausting. The learning curve was high. How do we move our church service from in-person to online? How do we connect and care for people when we can't meet with them? How do we? New questions kept coming at us. It was exhausting, but it was also exhilarating for some. There were a lot of new things that we were learning. We were experimenting with new things that we'd never tried before. The middle of the pandemic was frustrating. Governments would change rules on a dime. You didn't know on Friday what you might be doing on Sunday, but your to-do list was always clear. There was never a loss of things to do. You might have had your daily agenda thrust upon you. It was out of your control. It might have ticked you off, but it kept you busy doing it. And now, as we approach the end of the pandemic, as things begin to move back to some kind of normal once again, at least in terms of our interactions with people, 5 words. Now is the hardest time. Exhaustion has settled in. Discouragement can be a common daily battle. Vision fog is a reality. Clarity about your priorities and what they should be is unclear. Volunteers are scarce. Attendance hasn't come back the way that you thought it would. Giving has declined, and now is the hardest time. So if you can relate to any of that, I want you to commit to these 4 things. Write them down, tape them to your desk, look at them every day for the next month. A, adjust your expectations. Hey, pastor, some people aren't coming back. That's not your fault. Many people will not commit once again to weekly serving, so you got to rethink your staffing. Giving levels and patterns have changed. You're going to have to make adjustments and re-strategize. Whatever is happening in any given area of your church ministry, you need to adjust your past expectations and align them now with your current reality. You are where you are, so just start from there. Adjust your expectations. B, go back to your values and your vision. What were you committed to in 2019? Dig that stuff out again. What were your church's core values at that time? Was it generosity or serving or authentic community? What was foundational to your church back in 2019? It's unlikely that those values have changed. Dig them out. Write them down. And then in light of those deeply held values, begin to dream again. What would they look like today? What would it look like today to live out those same values today? C, commit to those things that will make the biggest difference if you succeed. Simply put, just get focused. In the next 6 months, if we did these 3 things really well, it would make a huge difference. What are your 3 big rocks that you can tie to your core values? And D, don't forget to party. Look for any reason you possibly can to celebrate. If you can't find a reason, make one up. For the next 6 months, find a reason to party in your church. At least one party a month. People need that. Laughter and conversation and some good food will feed their soul. Do those 4. I'm pretty convinced that those 4 will make today better. don't click away. There's some conversation starters that are coming. Have some fun.